I have crippling depression.
That was annoying. Oh my god. Okay, hi. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I have literally filmed this, this is my third time filming this, and I'm so annoyed. I don't know why. I'm just, such a perfectionist or something, and I just didn't like it, and I'm filming this for the third time, and it's really annoying. Also, because yesterday I didn't sleep at all, and then filmed it, so, I rambled a lot, and it's not even that long of a story, it kind of is, but yeah, I just went off on different tracks, and I don't really watch story times, but I hate when people suck at telling stories and make a story time, and that's me. So I just want to make it as understandable and easy to follow. So yeah. Okay, so my story is about a crazy roommate. We've all had them. Literally, if you're on a Tinder date and don't know what to talk about crazy roommates. Because honest to God, if you lived in res or went to school far away, you've had a crazy roommate, or just a roommate who doesn't know how to clean up after themselves. And yeah, okay. So yeah, we're just gonna go into it. I don't know how to say this without being really mean, but this roommate, she just wasn't smart. She just, I don't know what else to say that. She was just really not there. She just wasn't there. My first impression of her was from my other friend, who became my roommate. This girl did, obviously, but this was before that. So the story starts when we met her, which was in res. I was in a house with my Don. Fuck my life. But my friends, they were in their own house, and this girl, we'll call her Ash, even though I really want to expose her and say her name, because she does still go to Brock, and so other people figure it out, but I'm just going to be the bigger person, and not, and Ash is kind of part of her name, so if you want to know, just DM me, and I'll tell you, and I'll give her her at name, and a picture of her, and tell you where she lives. I think that's being really mature. I don't know. Anyway, so it began in first year, and yeah, so I lived in my own house. My two friends lived in another house with her, and there were signs that she was kind of not smart. For example, my friend, I'll call her May. I don't know why I picked that name, but Ash was hey, do you want to go swimming? And, in first year, and you're just so, oh my God, I love people. I want to meet everyone. You're just, the best version of yourself. But then literally, after September, you're just back to your social anxiety self and, look down and look at your phone when you see people in the hallways. It's just, a phase. Honestly, if you didn't do res in first year and, regret it, honestly don't. Because it sounds so much better than it actually is. It's just dating in high school. It's just it's not that big a deal, honestly. Whatever. But yeah, so they were okay, yeah, let's go swimming. And then May goes with her. They show up. Ash didn't bring a swimsuit. I'm okay. And didn't bring, I think she brought a towel, but she didn't bring a swimsuit. And she's Ash is oh, there's no shallow end. And May's yeah, it's a university pool of people who are swimming athletes. There's not gonna be a shallow end. So Ash okay. Ash gets in. She doesn't know how to swim. She didn't know how to swim. She literally was okay, there's no shallow end. I'm still gonna go in anyways. And is literally jockey paddling for her life. And May's we need to leave. People were literally looking at them oh my God, is this girl drowning? It was I wish I was there to experience that, because if I was May, I'd be what the fuck is wrong with you? So they go back, and the year continues. May's kind of weird. They don't really talk to her that much, because they just didn't really vibe. Yeah, and then August like Christmas time kind of rolls around, and that's the time people kind of like start being like, oh shit, I ain't gonna live in res again, so I need to find a lease with people. Honestly, if you don't find any roommates that are like great, live on your own. That's my advice. Live on your fucking own, because so many people make the mistake and live with shitty people in university, and it teaches you a lot. But like, don't fucking do that. Like, it's just like everyone does it. Everyone rooms with such stupid people. They literally know it's stupid, but they're like, whatever, I need a roommate. And it's like, just live on your own if people like don't clean up after themselves. Because like, that's the mistake I made. Because my friends who I decided to live with, we found a beautiful house on the street that like a bunch of students live on. And all the parents have literally made Facebook petitions now to get students off the road or off the street, and like got the bus route taken off because they don't want students to live there that bad. But I moved away from there after the first year I lived there. But before I could say I lived there, we needed to find a seventh roommate. And Ash was just like kind of, there. And I regret it so much. But we asked her to live with us, and she was like, yeah. And yeah, so that happened. And we signed a lease. And honestly, like, the only reason why we wanted this house was because it had like cute white walls and like gradient floors and was like Insta worthy. Like, that's actually why I bought the fucking house. And like, don't do that. Do not do that. Do not buy a house because it will look good on Instagram. When you take pictures with your friends, you're probably not going to be friends with in a few years, because like half the people you meet in university are fucking shitty. I have good friends like now. Like I met that one friend who committed fraud to my other roommate. That's life, but yeah. So yeah, like she signed a lease and we moved in the summer, and I stayed there in the summer. And it was me, her, and then our other friend May, and then the other girls weren't there yet. We came there for the first weekend. Everyone except May, I think. Or I think May was with other friends. She has other friends, I guess. But, yeah, we were just there, and, like, my other roommate, I'll call her Cam. Wow, my names really suck. She came, and she brought, like a curling iron and a blow dryer to leave there, because she, like, moved some of her stuff back. And that'll be more important than the rest of the story. And yeah, so like we came and had a sleepover. It was fun, and then everyone left, and like I still had a job in St. Catharines, so like I stayed there during the summer. Ash didn't. She just stayed at Rock. Whatever. And then May had a job, and she just didn't want to go back home, so she stayed there. And it wasn't that bad in the first like few weeks. Like, it honestly wasn't. Like, Ash would say some stupid stuff, but like I kind of laugh with her. And like the problem with Ash, like I started to realize that kind of like how dumb she was. Like, we were talking about food or something. I think we just went grocery shopping. We did our groceries separate. We did not share with Ash because like she didn't know how to cook. Like, she would just eat Pizza Depot and like Tim Hortons. Like, first of all, why you can just eat Pizza Depot if that's all you're gonna eat? But like, that's fine, do you. But like, she didn't know how to cook. Like, she did not use the kitchen once when we lived with her. She used the appliances, like a microwave or a like toaster, but like she didn't know how to use an oven. Like, or there was one time I saw her use the stove, and I'm gonna explain that now. But before that, I'm gonna talk about like the bread thing. So we're talking about food and stuff, and like I don't even remember how the conversation happened, but like she didn't know bread expired. I'm not making that up. She didn't know bread expired. And I was like, okay. And I think this was like the next week or something. Like, this was all in the beginning of the summer. Like, this summer was a doozy. Yeah, like, she was cooking an egg, like, on the stove, like, cracked an egg, literally, put it on the stove. And it was like for 30 seconds, because I was upstairs, like, cooking something else. And I remember she like started like kind of like taking it off after like a minute and a half maybe. And I was like, oh, Ash, like, what are you fucking doing? Like, you just started cooking that. And she's like, I'm gonna eat my egg. It was still like it was like kind of like cooked on it, but like the top was runny. Like it was not cooked. It was like still see-through kind of. Like it was so weird. And I was like, you need to cook that. Like you didn't cook your egg fully. Like it's supposed to be white. And she was like, oh, okay. And she cooked it for like literally like 4 minutes and like, or not even 4 minutes, like maybe a minute more. And it was like kind of cooked, but like just barely. Like it was still a little bit kind of see-through. Like I don't even know how to explain, but I was just like, oh my, that, like you look at it and you're like, I'm not supposed to eat that yet. I'm gonna let it chill for a little bit longer. But like she went upstairs and ate it, and I was just like, okay, like ooh. And like she was also one of those roommates who like didn't like. There's so many people who fucking do this, and it pisses me off so much. When it's supposed to like, they're supposed to like take the garbage out of their room, they'll like get the plastic bag where their garbage can is, like tie it up and like put it in the garage. Won't organize it. There will be like cups in there, like recyclables and garbage. I don't know why I said it like that. And they'll just put it in a bag and throw it in the garage for me to organize it, or just be lazy and not care about the environment and like not give a shit about turtles and just throw it into the garbage bag. Like, I'm sorry, like, I did not get 16 pregnant. I'm not your mom. Like, no. But for Ash, I kind of became that. Like, even though she didn't cook, so that was, like, a big thing of, like, me not kind of cleaning up after her. This is before I saw the microwave that we shared, however, because I never used the microwave downstairs because I was friends with the girls upstairs, so I just used it when I was hanging out with them up there. Like, she didn't make a mess like that, but like, so I got annoyed by the garbage, and then there was this one time where I checked the microwave downstairs because someone was using it upstairs. It was disgusting. There was food all over this microwave. Like it literally looked like she was like gonna eat the food in there. Like it was just all over everything. And I remember I said to her, I'm like, Ash, like, do you want to fucking clean the microwave? Like, and she was like, yeah, like I'll get to it. Like, yeah. And just like kind of never did. But I never checked the microwave really because I didn't really use it, and I just thought she would do that. But as time progressed, like I kind of got annoyed with her with the garbage thing, and like we would be cleaning the whole house. Like this is now past, like summer's kind of happened. Even though like during like those few more months, like we noticed that granola bars were going missing, and we talked to her about it and she denied it. But like we knew that she was stealing food that was like, you didn't have to cook. Like that took no skill. That's what she would eat. Like if there were chips or something, or there were Pop-Tarts, or there were granola bars, like she took them. So we had to keep those in our room. And like, I don't know, a little piece of me then kind of felt bad for her because I'm like, wow, like you actually don't know how to take care of yourself. Like that sucks. But then I'm also like dry. Like for example, like when all the other roommates came and like moved in, we kind of like clean the house all at the same time together, and she would walk in and see us all doing that and just go downstairs and like wouldn't be like, oh my god, can I help? She was just like not. Like she just never cleaned, and I just got kind of fed up with it. And I think me more so because I lived with her during the entire summer. And her and I also, like our rooms, I first mentioned this, our rooms were both in the basement. So like we had the same bathroom and the same microwave. And like as time kind of kept going on, and the bathroom would get disgusting and I would have to clean it all the time. Like it was honestly like just like and I think at this point I just still felt bad for her. Like I was just like, you know, like she doesn't know how to wipe her own ass pretty much. Like I didn't do that, but I pretty much did everything else, honest to God. Like, and like I don't know, like I got fed up, but I was like whatever. But this put me over the edge. Like this pissed me off so much. I guess she was home alone one night, and I knew it was her because I asked all my other roommates and they said they didn't, and she even admitted to it later. So I'm not just like being mean for no reason. Like I know she did it. A moth, I guess, got in our house, and it was in the kitchen, and she swatted it with a piece of newspaper and left the dead moth on the floor with the newspaper. Like, what? Like, oh my God. Like, what? Like, do your parents even love you? Like, why didn't, like, I mean, they obviously probably do, because they literally probably did everything for you, but like they just were like, okay, go to university, like, bye, like you don't know how to take care of yourself. Like, it was just like, what? Like that made me so angry, like so just like, are you kidding? Are you serious? Like, I have to pick up for you after you for when you killed a bug. Like you did the harder part. You killed the bug. Like, oh, and then this happened. And this is not me slut shaming. I'm not slut shaming, whatever. Like, if you want to do you, like, if you want to hook up with a bunch of people, like, honestly, like, I support you. Like, I'm way too emotionally, like, not there for that. But, like, good for you. Like, I wish I had that ability to do that. But she slept with two or three guys who are our neighbors. And, like, I do not agree with this. Like, I actually just think this is really disgusting and shitty. Like, if she wanted to hook up with them, she could have. Or I think it was two of them. She hooked up with two of them. And, like, she liked one of them, and the other one was, like, a really, like, douchey, like, crappy guy. Like, this guy literally bought a dog, would walk around the neighborhood with the dog as a puppy. Like, one time I literally walked in from my job, like, or from my car from work, smelling like coffee beans, like nasty. And he was like, he walked out, started walking his dog, and like walking kind of like in the direction I was, but like I saw a cute dog, so I was like, oh my god, your dog. And Ashima was, Ash was in the house, and because she came out, and then I was like petting the dog and stuff. And then down the line, when the dog got bigger, he would lock it out in the backyard. And leave it there all day, and sometimes all night, and the dog would be howling. He didn't pick up the poo after the dog, which was in our neighboring yard, and we literally told him multiple times, hey, clean up after your dog. And also, like, don't leave your dog outside. Like, he never took it out for walks. Also, Dan, if you're watching this, we did call the animal control on you. So, T. And when you came to our house trying to intimidate us, and I was rude, but said I didn't do it, I was lying. I'm just a Scorpio. Fuck with me. So, anyway, yeah. So, okay, so what happened was, I guess because she slept with two of them, and, like, I don't agree with this at all. Like, still respect someone if you sleep with them, but I guess they didn't anymore, and they spit paintballs at her window. But because they didn't understand, I guess, how like a house layout is, because they've been in our house before when I don't think we were there. They spit paintballs at my window instead of hers, because I thought it was her window. Because I went and I was like, hi, you spit paintballs at my house. Or spitballs, not paintballs. Oops, that sounded a lot more aggressive. It was spitballs. And they were like, oh, like, no, we didn't. But, like, we knew it was them because we saw them in the backyard, like, spitting things at their, like, at something. Like, I don't know. I just saw them in the back, like, all gathered around. And no one's going to come to my house randomly and spit paintballs at my window. Oh, fuck. I hope no one did that. I'm trying to think if I ghosted anyone. No. Oh my god, now I don't know if someone was actually trying to, because I just assumed it was them. And she even said, like, yeah, they all hate me, they don't talk to me anymore. So I just assumed. Whatever. Honestly, she did so many worse things, so, like, I don't feel bad, whatever. But I had to clean it. I had to clean that. Disgusting, like, spitballs. Like, I don't want to touch your saliva. I didn't. I wore gloves and stuff, but, like, still, like, it was annoying. So yeah, fuck you, Dan. I hope you never get a dog again. Also, the tip of the iceberg for that story too, he got a dog and, like, didn't care about it after it wasn't a puppy, and he couldn't get girls anymore with it. And, like, the day when we moved out, he moved out, and his other two friends took the dog, and I'm 95% sure they probably took the dog to the Humane Society, because it wasn't a puppy anymore, and they didn't seem used for it, and, like, no one took care of it, and it literally walked around its own shit. And they also moved out and didn't clean up the dog poop, and it was, when I say all over my backyard, like, all over. Like, I felt really bad for this dog, and, like, I think the worst thing, like, the animal control couldn't do anything, because there's such crappy regulations, like, because they couldn't see the dog was being harmed or, like, bleeding. They were like, we can't take him, even though there's, like, crap covered in the backyard. And he was tied up in the backyard howling for days. Like, we would walk out there, and, like, I bought him food a few times, and I gave him water. Like, I took care of your dog. And I couldn't have him in my house because it wasn't allowed in my lease. But anyways, yeah. Fuck you, Dan. What else was I saying? Oh, yeah, okay. So, yeah, the spitball thing, I was just so annoyed. And I started, like, really noticing more things were going missing, like food. And a few bottles of my alcohol started going missing. And I was like, my other roommates wouldn't take it. Like, my other roommates were, like, broke. And, like, a few of them are not friends anymore because, like, they were so broke and, like, annoying. Now, I wouldn't be not friends with someone because they were broke. But, like, mooches, bye. Like, I hate mooches. They're so annoying. I forgot what I was talking about. Yeah, so, like, yeah, like, things started going missing. And when I would come home from work, I would notice, like, things in my room being moved around. And this is another disclaimer, like, I was drinking stupid hoe juice or stupid bitch juice, like, or something, but, I left my door open every time I left my house. Don't do that. If you are in first year, third year, and you are good friends with your roommates, lock the door. I was friends with someone, and she took my other friend's card and took money out with it. I'm not going to fully explain that story, but, like, literally committed fraud to my friend. So don't trust anyone and lock your doors, even if they're your best friends. Just don't trust them, because it costs a lot more to lose things, and, like, don't know if you should, like, kind of confront your friends. Then just lock your door. Just lock your door. So yeah, so I would leave it open, and I would come home from work and be like, my stuff is moved around. Like, I just knew someone was in my room, and I would tell my friends, like, hey, did anyone go in my room? And they would tell me, and they were like, no, we didn't. Like, we honestly didn't. And, excuse me, when they would text me and tell me, or, like, I would be home and they would ask me. Like, it was just weird, and I didn't know if I was just overthinking. I was also watching a lot of Forensic Files. Like, if you know me, like, I am obsessed with true crime. It's, like, actually, like, a problem, kind of, because it's, like, romanticizing drama, but I'm like, I am here for it. Like, I love true crime. So yeah, so I was just like, oh, like, I'm probably overthinking. Like, oh my God, like, was Ted Bundy in my room? Like, I'm kidding. I'm joking. That's not funny. It's not funny to romanticize, like, murderers or anything. I'm kidding. Anyways, but yeah. I'm kidding. I'm joking. I'm kidding. Okay, I'm done. Anyways, yeah, so I just really started noticing. And then, like, this time has passed. Like, school is now, like, come and started and kind of, like, is still going through. So I'm now, like, in, like, second year, obviously, because I'm living with her. And I got, like, this is kind of gross and embarrassing, but I get cold blisters, like, bad. Like, I literally had one once. This was, like, years later. I had another one come up, and at work, like, I remember this guy was like, oh, like, what happened to your lip? Which, like, disclaimer, or not disclaimer, whatever, I don't know what I'm saying. Do not ask someone if they have something on their lip or their face. Don't ask them what it is. Just, like, just don't. Like, just, that's so rude. Like, I'm sorry, who raised you? Like, just don't ask. Like, it's just rude. But this guy did. Whatever. Oh, wait, I'll say this part and then I'll say the other part. I guess I should have known he was really shitty, but he said to me, he was like, oh yeah, what happened to your lip? And I was like, oh, it's a cold blister. I don't say cold sore because cold sore is so disgusting, and cold blister, I guess, makes me feel better. And he was like, oh, I thought you got punched in the face. Thanks. Like, thank you so much. And it's like, okay, if that's what you thought, did you think I, like, lost? Like, just curious. Because I didn't. I'm just kidding. I didn't get punched in the face. But yeah. Like, that's how bad I got them. Like, I got them, like, really bad. And also, side note, that guy messaged me on Instagram, like, this year, I think. And was like, LMAO, because he replied to one of my selfie stories. And I was like, oh, what? Like, I think because I just dyed my hair. And I was like, oh, you don't like my hair? Or something like that. And he was like, no, you just gained weight. I'm going to cry about that one later. Okay. Fuck that guy. Okay. That one hurt my feelings. Anyway, yeah, so, yeah, that's how bad I get cold blisters. And I had one really bad, and I came home from work, and I noticed one of my lip glosses was in my bathroom downstairs. Now, no one comes to my room and really uses my bathroom once they're down there, like the girls upstairs, or obviously Ash uses the bathroom, but they wouldn't, like, they would never move anything from my room unless they texted me. And like, I kind of had like a theory in my mind. I never really said it out loud, but I was like, is Ash going in my room? Like, the girl, I literally like wipe her ass, like literally take the garbage out for her, clean up the bathroom for. Is she going in my room and using stuff without asking? And I was just like, no, she wouldn't be that stupid. Because she also kind of faded from us, because we would kind of call her out a bit and be like, can you like try? Can you like try to be a big girl? Like, oh baby, like, can you like try? Like, and she just kind of like left and like did her own thing. Also during this too, one time she came home and her two friends were like knocked on her door. This was like late one night after we came back from the bar, and Ashima is literally like, looks like literally like Jesus. Like her friends are like holding her up and her head's like down. And they were like, Ashima's really drunk. And we were like, okay. Like, we kind of didn't know what to say, because like we were going to the bar and we are like, do you want to come in and take her to bed? Like, we're not. Because we weren't friends with her, and like we were doing stuff, and I think they did take her in, but like she literally couldn't walk. Like, she was like you know when you look at someone when they're so drunk and like they're not there, like they're just like they're just like not there. That's what she was like. That was one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. That was so funny. What was I talking about? Oh, okay, yeah. So anyways, enough about how much I love her before. I'm like, I took care of her so much. And then she got taken to my house when she was drunk as fuck, and we were like, what? But yeah, so so the lip gloss was in the bathroom, and I just I kind of played it off, because I was like, okay, I know no one would have moved it, because they would have told me, and like that really seems like something Ash would do. Like, she would go in my room and like see what makeup she could use, and then go in the bathroom, because she thought I could be coming home, and like use it. So I came out of it from a really smart smart angle, and I was like, when she came home, I'm like, Ash, like, babe, like, I have a really big like pumping cold blister, like, you need to tell me right now, like, I'm gonna call the doctor. like I really was like, you really need to tell me, like, did you use my lip gloss? Like, that's a serious thing. Like, this girl probably thought I had like a serious condition and was like scared, so she did tell me. So she was like yeah. And I was like, so you went in my room? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, without asking? And she was like, yes. And I just lost it. I think I just, like, everything from in me was so angry, because I was just like, I literally do so much for you. Like, I don't expect anything in return, just because I kind of want to live in like a house that's like not disgusting. And like, you're just so disrespectful. Like, you go in my room. Like, that's so like shitty. Like, what the heck? And like, she was like, yeah, like, sorry. And like, I wish I still had the videos, but I was screaming at her. Like, I was so angry, because like, I guess because I'm a Scorpio and I just take things really personally. Like, I was just so like, what the heck? Like, I was nice to you. Like, I was actually like yeah. Like, also the thing about the moth too, like, I put it in her room because I was pissed. I was fucking pissed. So I put the dead moth in her room. Okay, kind of mean, but like, I was just pissed. This wasn't then, like, this was when that happened. And I think like ever since then she kind of like faded a bit, but it was just to show her, like, I'm not gonna clean up after you. So then you fast forward to now, this when I'm screaming at her about going in my room, being disrespectful. She's like, I'm so sorry, like, blah 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 blah. And like, she used my beauty blender and like my cream contour kit, like this. Like, I've had this for, like, I know makeup expires, but I'm like, I'm just gonna use it till it expires. Like, I don't care what it does to me. It was like this, like, there was a hair in one of them, and I found it like after, when I confronted her, and I was so disgusted. I was like, honestly, she's not gonna do it again, whatever. Did this dumb like bitch learn to lock her door? No. But yeah, she was like, I'm so sorry. And I was like, whatever. I was so livid. But I went to my room and realized 2 Kylie Lips kits were gone. I realized a Dior perfume was gone. I noticed like a foundation was gone. I noticed hair products were gone, and I started panicking. She left the house at this point. Like, she wasn't even home anymore, because I guess she left after I screamed her head off. And like, I started looking and being like, and like overthinking and being like, oh my God, are these clothes like that I can't find right now missing? Are they in the laundry, or did I donate them to Play-Dohs? Because there was a Play-Dohs down the road. And like I started just like panicking, being like, oh my God, has this girl been like taking my stuff? And like I messaged her and I was like, hey, I know what just happened was a lot, but you like deserved it. But my like I'm finding like some of my stuff in my room is missing. Like, did you take it? And she was like, no, I didn't. Oh my God, like I didn't take it at all. Like, no. And I kind of was like, okay, maybe my roommates have it. Like, maybe upstairs like I'll check. And I asked all of them, they're like, no, not to be distrusting, but I was like, can I look? And they're like, yeah, look in my stuff. Like, I didn't like, and I wasn't saying like, oh, let me look in your stuff, because I thought they were lying. I thought everyone was against me. I wanted to look because maybe they had it. And they even said, they're like, yeah, I'll help you. I'll look in here. And we didn't find it, so I knew that like like Ash probably took it. Because where else would I lose that? Like, and like such a significant loss. Like, I would notice if I lost one lip kit, Kylie lip kit, and this was in like 2016. Okay, Kylie lip kits were the shizness back then. They were like Jeffree Star's butthole. Like, they were like the shit. So like I was like really like, oh my God, I need to find this. So I messaged her. She's like, no, I didn't. Blah blah blah. But I just got a bad vibe. I just got a really, 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 really bad vibe. So was this the smartest and best thing to do? No. Did I do it anyways? Yes. So my other friend, she locked herself out of her room, and she had to go drive back and get like a key from our landlord, because they kept all the keys, because like we're second years and we're idiots, so they kept them, like our spare keys. So I called him and well, what happened when she did? They gave her the entire house ring of keys, so she could go in all the girls' rooms. I know this sounds really bad, me breaking into her room, because she like left and like locked it, but honestly, like I was missing a lot of stuff. There's no way to like say like that was the right thing to do. Will I say it wasn't? Yes. Did I do it anyways? Yes, I did it. So, I went and I was like, hi, like I locked myself out of my room. Like, can I have the key? Gave me the entire key ring thing. So I went back and I opened her door. I know it was really shitty, but I did it, whatever. Oh my God, it was disgusting. Like, I wish I had photos. It was disgusting. So I went in and like I looked around. It was a monstrous amount of clothing, like literally a hill. I don't even think this girl ever did laundry at our house. She never did laundry the entire year living there. Like, your coochie stinks. Like, that's so gross. Like, I know she didn't do it at her friend's house either, because she never brought a bag of clothes. But this girl was addicted to shopping. Like, her parents, like, she didn't have money. Like, her parents had money, but they would like have a credit card and just gave it to her, and she just spent money on the credit card, and they would like pay it off monthly, or pay it off the full thing. I don't know. But like, so she just never had money, but she always went shopping. And I think it's because she didn't want to do laundry, because she was so dumb. Like, take care of yourself. Oh my God. But whatever. So I went in, mountain of clothes, look through her makeup. It's not, in there. And she went for days. Like, this girl would go and it would be like, like, where's the Shima? Like, she was gone for time. So I just knew, like, when I went through her makeup, I was like, okay, like, she didn't have any of my makeup, but it's definitely on her. Like, she definitely has something. Because in her hair stuff, I noticed 3 of my items. I noticed my hair serum, I noticed my root volumizing thing, and I noticed some spray thing. And I was like, wow, so this girl has been stealing from me. I look down, I see my friend's hairdryer and curling iron. And I was like, oh, okay. So this was disgusting of me, but I did it anyways. There were pizza boxes all over. There was garbage everywhere. Like, I wish I had a photo, because it was literally like, it was disgusting. It was so gross. I went through her clothes, found 7 items I was missing of clothes that I was like, okay, I definitely didn't donate this to Play-Dohs. I was right. This girl's a fucking thief. So I respectfully leave her room, like, whatever. We get all our stuff back. And I messaged her and I sent her photos. And I'm like, hey, you know what? Like, I found this in your room. Give me my Kylie lip kits. Like, I'm not playing. Like, give them back to me. And she was like, oh my God, babe, I didn't. I swear to God, like, I didn't. Like, blah, blah, blah. Oh my God, I did not take those. Like, she wasn't even mad I went in her room. Like, I think because she knew she fucked up. And she was like, you know what? Like, I'll give you money for all the makeup I used. I'm so sorry. Like, please don't tell my parents. Like, I was like, what the fuck? I'm not going to tell your parents. Like, oh my God, like, freaking out. And I was like, okay, like, yeah, like, give me the money. Like, when are you going to be home next? Blocked. She fucking blocked me on Instagram. And I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, okay, maybe she has really bad anxiety and, like, just needs to come home, give me money, and then, like, never come back. Which I'm, like, honestly okay with. Like, whatever. She doesn't come home for 2 months. I'm not even shitting you. This girl didn't come home for 2 months. Like, she bought new clothes every day. I don't know, but she didn't come home. And I was pissed. Like, I was livid. Because I'm like, do not try to pull another fast one on me. Like, you already went in my room. You already stole things from me. You already got caught for using my makeup. And, like, I wish I was like, give me all the stuff like you stole. Because I didn't think she stole from me then. When I confronted her first, I didn't think that. I just thought she was like a dumb bitch who just went in my room and used my makeup because she like didn't know how to wear makeup. Because honestly, she didn't. That was mean, but like whatever. Fuck her. So I was just livid, and I would look for her at school. And like, I know I sound like a bully saying that, but like, it was more of a thing like, give me my money. Because I threw out my beauty blender. I threw out my lip, like my lip products I thought she could have used. Actually, that's a lie. I didn't. That's kind of gross, but I didn't because I'm like, that costs money. But like, there were just things I was like, that's gross. She broke one of my favorite blushes. I still have it. Where is it? Oh, it's right here. Like, she literally broke this in half and like put it back. Like oops. Like, sorry. Like, oops. And I was just so pissed, and like, I couldn't find her at school, and like, but whatever. It's 12:30, 2 months later, and I'm in bed, sleeping. I'm not sleeping, I'm on my phone. I had a really poor sleeping schedule then. And guess what I hear? Like running. It wasn't like this. This girl went downstairs so quietly and sprinted to her room and locked the door. I literally was like, got up from my bed and went to the door, and I'm like, Ashima, come out here and talk to me right now. Do you have my money? I know I sound like I'm kind of harassing her, but I was like, what the fuck? Like, you literally said you were gonna pay me. Like, you're literally not gonna come back for 20 days. Like, I think why this bothered me so much, it became personal. Like, it became like, yeah, I'm gonna pay you money, and then just never talk to you again and like try to hide from you. Like, it was just like, fuck you. Like, you're so shitty. Like, I like literally took care of you. Like, I not like that. Like, I kind of did though. Like, I did everything for her that like she couldn't do, which was literally everything. And she never cleaned the microwave. That's one thing. She never cleaned the microwave. She never did anything, or the bathroom. And like, oh, it was so frustrating. So I'm banging on her door. I'm like, Ashima, like, you better come out here. And she just like wouldn't. And she stopped answering. I might like insert clips. I feel like I've gained a lot of weight, but like my counselor's like, you haven't. You're just like, thank you, dude. I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to insert clips. Because I feel like I just gained weight. And like, also that guy, like, literally messaged me on Instagram, like, wow, you fat bitch. Like, I don't know. Like, he didn't call me a fat bitch. But like, I don't know. It's just like, oh, whatever. Self-care. Yeah, so what I initially did, I guess, was I connected a hairspray bottle with string to her door. So I knew, because I knew she would leave early in the morning to get out. Like, I knew this girl would like sneak out really early because I had a really bad sleeping schedule. And she probably knew that. So she would like try and sneak out really early so I wouldn't hear. But, you know, I was a light sleeper because I barely slept because I was ready to get her and go look in her makeup bag in her bag. Because I'm like, you have my Kylie lip kits. Don't blame me. I know you do. So yeah, I tied a string to a hairspray can to her doorknob, so when it opened, it would fall and I would hear it. So at 7 a.m. that happened, and I literally like fully bodied, like wrestler, jumped out of bed, and she heard something. Like, she heard something fall, so she like closed her door really quietly because she was like, oh my god, like Sabrina's gonna get me, like, oh. And I'm glad I did this because I think she would have locked her door again. So I was like, went up the stairs because our rooms were like connected, and there was like a hallway going up, and then there was like stairs, but you couldn't see it until you like got up to like the second part of the stairs, up the stairs. Wow, I explained that so poorly, and I know I did, but like whatever. So I was at the top of the stairs, and I was standing like this, like dominatrix. Like, I'm just kidding, joking. And she was walking up the stairs, and like the best part about this is like she was walking up, and I was like, morning. Like, such a bitch. And she looks up and she goes, hi. like, she wasn't just trying to, like, hide from me, and I wasn't banging on your door at night. Like, what the fuck are you doing? And I was like, let me see your makeup bag. And she goes, no. Or no, she didn't even say it, like, ballsy like that. She was, like, walking up the stairs and, like, looking down. She's like, I have to go. And I was just so frustrated at this point that I fucking grabbed her by her backpack. Okay, I kind of, like, shoved her. Okay. I didn't push her down the stairs, but I didn't help her walk up the stairs. But, like, I didn't let go of her. Like, I shoved her kind of as she was, like, falling back and, like, grabbed her by her backpack things. And, like, she kind of, like, started, like, kind of, like, moving around, like, kind of, like, coming upstairs. We weren't, like, wrestling, but, like, I was, like, I don't know. And, like, I got her backpack, like, really firmly because it was, like, right beside the stairs and then the shoes. And I fucking whipped this girl, like, literally, like, yeet over the shoes. And I was like, give me your makeup bag. And she was like, I have a job interview. And then, and like, I don't know, I feel like my life was going, like, in slow motion because I was kind of just having this, like, reflecting moment. Like, is this what my life has, like, come to? Like, it's kind of a low point, like, wrestling a girl for Kylie Lip Kits. But, like, girl, I want those back. And I don't know, I think, like, I guess I had a shred of self-respect for her and, like, didn't want to, like, hold her down and, like, you know, take out her makeup bag. I was just so frustrated, and I'm like, you know what? Like, I've already kind of thrown her down the stairs low-key and, like, thrown her over her shoes. Like, maybe I'll pay her some respect now and, like, won't tackle her and, like, really try to take her stuff. So I just let go at one point. This was going on for a while, but I let go, and she, like, runs out of the house, and then Cam wakes up and is storming down the stairs, and she's like, she goes, was that Ash? And I was like, yeah, I just kind of, like, not wrestled her. I kind of, like, threw her over the shoes. She looks at me. She runs back upstairs, grabs her car keys, runs outside, and is like, Ashima! And at this point, it's 7 a.m. People are walking to the bus for their morning commute. There's, like, 35 people, all of our neighbors. And she's like, Ashima, you little fucking bitch, get your fucking ass back here. You're a fucking thief. You don't know how to fucking take care of yourself. Like, yelling at this poor girl. And this girl was, like, stumbling, running to the bus stop. And then Cam turns around and she goes, let's follow her. Let's go to the bus stop and, like, literally yell at her, embarrass her in front of everyone. And I was like, at first I really wanted to do it, but then I was like, honestly, we're not going to see her again. Like, I was just like, honestly, like, we might go to jail for harassing her. So, like, let's just leave it. And, like, after that, she was kind of like, yeah, like, it was probably a good idea we didn't do that. And I tried to, like, they messaged her on Instagram, like, okay, like, you better, like, what are you going to do now? Like, you're never going to come back again. Like, you should pay Sabrina the money that you said you would. This was in, like, it started getting warm again. So, like, March. And we were supposed to March? We were supposed to move out May 1st. This was in March. This girl didn't come home. From March to April, I don't know. Okay. So we had moved out March 1st, which was on, like, Sunday or Monday. I can't remember. But, we had to be out the night before, like, completely moved out so they could go and clean the house. That they cleaned the house before that. That was a lie. So we had to be moved out, like, everything out by Sunday. I'm just gonna say Sunday. So all of my friends slept at the house Friday. All had, like, a group friend sleepover. And then, like, Sunday came around and, like, we started really moving stuff out. Ash didn't come home. I was at that house. It's, like, Saturday, super late, till, like, 7 or 8 p.m. And not because I was being petty and waiting. I'm just kidding. Not, like, I honestly wasn't. I had to wait to, like, move my bed stuff. Like, I had to wait till, like, a truck came and stuff. And, like, my dad could, like, drive me back. Oh, I'm lying. I had a car. Maybe I was being petty. I can't really remember. But I know I had to be there. Like, I'm pretty sure I did. So, like, I wasn't being petty. She didn't show up. And these people were moving in, like, the next day, like, in the morning. And, like, I felt so bad because the girls who moved in, like, I remember the girl who did rock, paper, scissors and got the basement room, like, oh, that fucking sucks. like, no one wants the basement. And I just, like, remember being like, wow, like, that girl's gonna come. There's gonna be pizza boxes, clothes, like, everything that I probably saw in that room is still gonna be like that. Because Ash did hid from us and never came home. Like, also, the rent that was wasted. Girl, give me $100-something. Like, you're wasted $500 of your parents' money for 1, 2, 3 months. $1,500 instead of paying me for the makeup. And, like, it just blows my mind. It just blows my mind. She went to those levels and, like, extremes to avoid me. Like, she avoided me to the point where, like, she, like, jeopardized the girls moving in an experience because she just didn't want to deal with me. And, like, I wasn't, like, that mean. I wasn't. I honestly wasn't. Like, I actually was just like, I didn't tell her to pay me. She offered to pay me. Like, that's the extreme of it. She offered to pay me and then hid from it. Like, it was so ridiculous. Yeah, and then a few years later, like, I'm a Scorpio, so, like, I kind of hold grudges. Like, and I saw her at the bar. Yeah, and my one friend was there. It was my friend's first time being at Brock, and oh my God, I walked up to this girl and I was like, hey, I was like, hey, Ash. And this girl literally looked at me, darted from across the thing, like, tried to avoid me, and I grabbed her arm and I was like, you can't run from me forever. Like, and at this point, I didn't even want the money. It was just more of a respect thing. And I was like, you can't run from me forever. And this girl literally runs to coat check and left the bar. I did also, like, kind of scream at her and call her a bitch, but, like, we'll leave that out. But yeah. And then I've kind of, like, seen her at school and stuff, and every time she sees me, she leaves. She literally will just run out and leave. And I guess, like, I did kind of, like, scare her, but, like, if you're gonna say you're gonna pay me, like, girl, like, pay me. And yeah, so that's the story of my crazy roommate. Thanks for listening, and if you guys want to listen to the story about how my ex-friend committed fraud on my other friend and stole her card and her card information, like, let me know. Okay, thanks for watching my video. And if you want to know the girl's name, DM me. Okay, bye.